I might need something.
What you need?
I don't know. We'll see how this little device works.
You better not need that AED. You better not need that.
What is the AED? What is that? Welcome to the video. I just knocked out my hills. As you can see, 4 miles under 35 minutes, under a 9-minute pace. So we are on the road to success. So this video, for this vlog number 3, I am at the hills at Lake Collinsworth, as you can see. It's about 100+ degrees. Humidity is probably 110. It really looks like it's going to be a very successful training vlog because I'm hitting all my goals. I'm increasing. Everything is just going really good. I'm going to increase, and then the last few weeks I'm going to taper, and I'll show you what that looks like at the end of this 12-week training program. Now, of course, like I said before, I always train. I do something every night just to stay in shape, and then when a race is coming around the corner, I hit the ground running, all 4 cylinders, and just push. But this video, this vlog this week, I was really gonna pour my heart out to my followers, and what that looks like is I'm gonna talk about a couple things, and I'll get on and off here and and talk about a couple of different things, but I just really want to pour my heart out about Chattanooga, because I have done Chattanooga, and it was a easy, and then wait a minute, it's a hard race. So it's easy starting out, and then hard finish. So I don't talk about that as far as the race and all that goes with the race with Chattanooga, kind of the terminology behind it, do's and don'ts. And then as far as pouring my heart out, I've really struggled with training these 12 weeks. I had a lot going on in my personal life, and that does reflect your training. You may not realize it, but it does reflect your training 100%. So I guess pouring my heart out would be, when you're on that long swim, like last night, for instance, I know that I had to increase. I'm in my 3rd week. I started out not slow. I'm still doing the volume. I'm still doing 10+ hours a week and over 100 miles, with the biking, the swimming, and the running. I think my top week was like 113. So, I mean, not bad for an amateur athlete, age groupers, what they call us, trying to get to the pro level, or as some folks will say, going to get to the pro level. Not trying to get to the pro level, but going to get to the pro level. That's everybody's dream. That's the A dream. B dream will be just to get to Kona, just punch your ticket, get to Kona, conquer that, and then do other items, on your bucket list. But no, I knew that I had to increase the items on the training program. Like last night was an hour swim at about a 150 pace, ended up about a 2-minute pace. Went pretty hard. As you can see on my arm here, I did have a surgery. I had a dermatologist remove some skin cancer, so I had to wear a bag on my arm, and that restricted my swim, but I did do it. I did really push through the swim pretty good. Of course, when I showed up, like I said, just pouring my heart out, didn't want to be there, didn't want to do it, and then I just jumped in, and 15 minutes my watch went off, 15 minutes my watch went off, 15 minutes my watch went off, 15 minutes my watch went off. I had an hour plus in the swim, about 2,400 meters, right around there, something really good like that. So very consistent swim. And then Thursday I'll do the swim again, which tonight's Wednesday is my run night. So Thursday I'll do the swim again, and then Saturday do a open water swim. And they're probably gonna be 2,000 plus sessions, so that's 6,000 meters in a week. But the point I'm trying to make was I pushed through, I stayed out of my filling box, and I'm glad that I did the hour, because about 50 minutes in, I started cramping up. And if I'd have just stuck to, oh, it's an easy swim, do 30 minutes, do 30 minutes, do 30-minute sessions, and then I would have got to that hour swim, which is gonna be a PR for Ironman Chattanooga, because it's like, I don't know, a 110 pace swim. It's very fast. The water's probably 10 to 12 miles an hour. Maybe not that fast, but it is very, very quick, depending on the rain and different other things. So the bike. So I try to do about 100 miles, 6 hours plus on the bike, 6 hours and then 1 hour, so about 7 hours plus a week on the bike, just to kind of keep my biking legs. But once again, on the bike, I did, I don't know, like a 100-mile bike ride in like 6 hours, and those first couple hours, I really didn't want to be there. And I know that I have to do hills, and hills are very, very challenging. So I'm like, I don't want to do hills on the bike because it's hard and it beats you up. But Chattanooga has hills, so you definitely got to jump on there, and you got to do the hills for Chattanooga. And then the last thing is the run. It's 2 loops, 13 miles, and the next time I get on here in a few days, I'll clarify, I'll kind of break down from start to finish on Chattanooga. I'm kind of just going through my feelings, if you were, just opening up my feelings, getting my filling box, and telling, a lot of athletes that have never done Chattanooga, and is doing training for Chattanooga, and I imagine they're feeling the same things I'm feeling. So the run, like I was saying, is 2 loops of 13. So I've been doing hills, and I do know that I have to increase my hills. I've been starting out with about 3 miles a session, about 12 to 15 miles a week roughly. Now I do know, like tonight, I increased it. Wednesday is one of my increasing nights, and I know that I have to increase it to 4 miles, and I did, and I got a PR. I got under 9 minutes, so it was definitely worth it. It was a great training session. I probably won't ever do the full 26, but I'll probably get up to 13 plus miles on the hills, which is all these hills twice. It's about 14 miles roughly. So that when I'm at the peak of my training, before I start to taper, that will be accomplished. And I'll get on here and tell you how it feels and how I feel.
We'll show you where to sign on the wall. Don't just randomly sign because there's a certain area you need to go to, but there should be somebody up there to help you. Couple of events coming up.
All right, product review. So we're gonna jump on this video for this vlog and talk about this Roka swim skin. As you can see, I did wear it over at Lucky's Lake Swim in Orlando, and over and back it shaved 2 minutes off over and 2 minutes off back. So it does work. I was a little skeptical. I'm still not sure if the zipper goes in the front or the back. They're saying in the brochure that I got, when you get done with it and you come out of your swim, go into transition to get your bike, to have it down below your waist so you can rip it off, because you'll have your one-piece tri-suit underneath it, so you can move on to the next part of the race, which will be the bike. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I don't get paid for any of these product reviews. It's completely ad-free. Just the way I like to keep the videos. That way you can watch them and not get interrupted and get all this product knowledge, which is very, very helpful. It will set you back about $3 to $3.99. It's not a cheap expense, but it is a must and a need. So we're gonna go to First Watch, get something to eat. I just want to jump on here and share this product review about this swim skin. I did not use a buoy, and also when I went over, I felt pretty secure because it was nice and secure against my body. When I was swimming, I did use some Body Glide, and I didn't have any issues with chafing or anything like that. But now I just got to figure out, do I add a cord? Do I call Roca to see how I get this? Because no one's going to help you in transition. It's a race. You got to get it down, and you can't wear it on your bike in your run. I mean, I guess you could, but I'm not going to. All right, we made it to the Pinellas Trail. So we're gonna go down as far as we can and turn around and come back. We are in the Clearwater area. Right behind me is the police station. You can see it right there. All the police cars parked on the side. Pretty secure area. It does let me park here for free. I don't know why, but it is free parking. So I did sign up and do everything I'm supposed to do when it comes to free parking. So here we are. We got the bike ready to go. Looking nice. Got her all waxed up. She is looking good. Ready to go, ready to hit the trail. It's about 3 o'clock and we're gonna hit it. All right, so we're in Clearwater. We finished our ride on the Pinellas Trail. Everything went really good. It was a headwind, so it's about 13 to 14 miles an hour going out, and then we were going north, and then we were coming back south with no headwind, doing like 30 miles an hour. So the average ride was like 15 miles an hour. Wasn't great. It was, I think, almost like 40 miles in a little over 2 hours, so wasn't a spectacular ride, but I did want to finish up the video with the thought earlier about Chattanooga, and I just wanted to walk you through Chattanooga like I promised. It is an A race. It is voted one of the best races that Ironman puts on in its circuit of races, which is over 100 races all over the world, and that is at www.ironman.com. Go check it out. I just tell people that are wanting to get into Ironman, just go watch a finish line video. It's so inspirational. There's just many different kinds of people, different backgrounds that come across that finish line. So it's huge, and like I said, if you watch one, you will definitely be inspired. So with Chattanooga, I did it a few years ago, and I think it was one of my better races. I'm definitely gonna knock off a couple hours this year. I will say the swim, they bus you down to the swim from the hotel or from Ironman Village, which is like right next to the bike transition area. So you'll get on the bus. I know it was like COVID, like right after COVID, so we had to wear a mask, and they give you hand sanitizer. Just trying to do everything they can to kind of go by the guidelines. There was a lot of gray area. So jumped on the bus. We went 2.5 miles down the road, went like right past this little yacht club, and then went down this little path. I remember going up to where the pros were at, because I wanted to be one of the first ones in the water. I've always been that way. And then I think there's 3 bridges. So what you'll do is you'll go under one bridge, and then you'll start to sight the island, which will be on your right, and then the shore will be on your left. And then when you sight the island, once you get past the island, there'll be 2 more bridges. And then once you go over or under the second bridge, you're getting close to getting out. And then once you do go into the 3rd bridge, if you look to the left, start swimming closer to the bank, there'll be volunteers helping you out of the water. There's like steps. And then you run down probably 500 yards down this hard concrete path, which is at Ross Landing. And then you're gonna go up the hill at Ross Landing, but you're not going up the hill, you're going up a metal grate. It's like they put this metal grate in place, like they got it from a rental place and put it on the hill. Because let me tell you how steep this hill is. Kids were taking cardboard and sliding down. That's how steep this hill was. And then you're gonna go through this row of bags, look for your bag, try to remember where you put your bag at, and then you're going to get on your bike. You're gonna get your bike, you're gonna push it to the bike mount line. Thankfully mine was close to the bike mount line, so I had very far to push. Mine was towards the end of the row. I always tell people to, you know, second tree, the red cone, tie your sweater to the bike mount post. You know, people put balloons. There's all kinds of things you can do to know where your bike's at. Try to put some kind of marker to identify the area so you don't like pass it, because all the bikes look the same, trust me. You get on your bike, push through the bike mount line, get on your bike, you go out of town about, I don't know, it's like 5-6 miles, and then you get on your 2 loops. So first loop's not too bad, and then when you get to the end of that first loop, you'll have your halfway point, so you'll get your transition bag, and they just yell out, you know, your number when you come in, or you yell out your number. So 222-3, and then they grab your bag and bring it to you. Sometimes you don't get the right bag, sometimes you get the wrong bag. There is pretty interesting stuff in people's bags. I've seen sandwiches, I've seen grapes, bananas, power drink. I mean, I'm gonna have probably some power drinks in mine, and then you know, a note from home, you know, from a loved one, just inspiring you to finish up and get that second loop. And with Ironman, just check the boxes. Swim, first loop on the bike, second loop on the bike, first loop on the run, second loop on the run. Just check them off. That's all you got to do. Just pretend like the one didn't happen before the next one, and that's how you psychologically get through it. Your body's going to push through. You've done the training, your body's going to push through. So second loop, pretty chill. I know there's like one place you're going up the mountain and you're going back down the mountain. You're doing like 45 miles an hour. It is, have a good bike, have all your bolts and screws and water cages intact, because they will fly off because you are going super fast. So now we're moving on from the bike mountain line. So obviously when you come back in town, you're gonna go through like this little small community, and then it's kind of hilly, rolling hills, and then you're gonna go to the bike mount line, dismount. Now, full Ironman, I hate to say full Ironman, you're supposed to just be able to say Ironman, but some people don't know. So Ironman, you actually hand your bike off. Half Ironman, you have to rack your bike. Those are the 2 differences. So there's a little valet, if you will. So hand the valet your bike, they rack it for you. Now, you can go into the tent and transition if you want, or you can just, you know, kind of stand outside the tent, you know, after you grab your bag, and then go from there and change into your run gear. And then you will hand a volunteer your bags, and then they'll put them in this tote, and your family's going to come get it while you're doing your run. So handed the bike off, now you're changing, got your run gear on, now you're going on the run. Funny story, I'd love to share this story. I forgot both of my egg wraps, big old fat burrito egg wraps. I forgot both of them for my nutrition all day, so I had no nutrition. So when I got on the first loop, I think I would have DNF'd. I don't think I could have made it. But these 2 kids were nice enough to give me their volunteer pizza at like mile 3. They had a rest station with water and I think Red Bull. And I know volunteering back in 2013, we did Panama City Beach volunteer, and I know they fed us pizza. That's how they kept us going for the whole 3 days that we were there. But I knew they had pizza, and of course the one that I picked up had might as well been anchovies and olives and just yucky stuff. Not stuff a runner should be having at the moment. So I raked it off and then dropped the pizza in the sand. So I had 2 pieces, just bread for carbs, knocked the sand off, ate it as I was running. Nice and crunchy, you know, thanks to the sand. So I'm doing the first loop. I'm doing good, 8-minute pace, 13 miles, had it knocked out. Second loop, I think that bread started wearing off, and then I would just do this walk-run strategy, which was not great. So this year I am changing my training plan and definitely doing a lot of hills on the bike and a lot of hill workout on the run. So I really can't wait to see how this race turns out. Sub 10 is going to be in the bag, and that's all I need to get my ticket to Kona. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully everything helped. I poured my heart out to you, and I also shared about Chattanooga. I'm going to upload this as soon as I can, so the athletes that I'm going to see at the race, hopefully if you're a first timer, you can get this video, and this little dialogue I put together will help you have an excellent race. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you at the start line of an Ironman. Have fun, stay safe.